Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here, and welcome to the Extreme 2 Racing League from Bahrain. This is the climax of our Extreme Racing League action this evening, but the sporting action doesn't end here, folks, because tonight is Super Bowl night. We can't wait to get started with that. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm just fresh off the track from the Extreme 3 race, where I managed to finish 5th, ending any penalties. So let's have a look at the Drivers' Championships. Let's have a look at we've got Maxim Pato, then Pete Polini, Ken Helbostad, and Derek Ekmanis, Bryce Falconer, Brendan Zarglas, Arthur Bowler, Malbert Rogers, Rickard, and Ollie Ricks. Yellow flags in Sector 1. Maxim is fastest, 128.2. Joe off the line, 29.4. Here's my co-commentator for X1. had a feeling that would be the case. Matt Anderson at 28.6. Tom Edwards in the Haas. Tom Edwards was reserve in the X1 race earlier. Tom Edwards at 31.1. Here's Jack Smith. And we're on the final corner. Jack into the pit. Derek goes 6th with a 29.1. My voice still hasn't quite recovered from the climax of the X1 race. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely check it out. It was madness. And how's about this? What were the odds of this happening tonight? Because I've got Ben Hazelwood on one camera while I'm taking care of the rest. Ben, welcome
Hello.
this evening.
Ow. Yeah. It's quite funny. Like.
Yeah, we haven't actually done this two camera setup for a while, but take your pick, folks. You've got two cameras to choose from, but yeah, I was just saying to the viewers that my voice hasn't quite recovered from the end of the X1 race earlier this evening. It was a mad climax, and even that's an understatement. Yellow flag from sector 2 for one of the Mercedes drivers.
Oof.
It was X2RL.
Yeah, he spun it there on his last adventure around on sort of that part of the track as well. Actually, I caught that.
Yeah, and Brendan's had Brendan Zarglas in the sister Mercedes. He's had an off-the-road excursion of his own.
Oh. Anyone else on that lap? I'm on with, is it Jebster John in the Williams?
Jebster John, yeah, that's John Singh. He's on a flying lap right now. I've got Retro Rixie in the Renault.
Yeah.
He's on an out lap right now. Remixo in the Racing Point, he is on a flying lap at the moment.
What do you have your track map set at? Do you have it as the mini or the full? What do you prefer?
I have it at full track map, so that way I don't miss anything.
Yes, yeah, that's what I have it on, and I quite like it actually. Because have you noticed, like, if you're on board with a certain person and they set like faster lap times, it flashes up that they've set that sector time. Like there, look, Jamie's set a fastest lap, but my map hasn't lit up purple because I'm not on board with him.
Yeah, well, the track map is handy regardless, because it'll make the commentating a lot easier for us.
Oh, especially for the race, it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Jamie, as you were saying, just gone fast, this 128.2. Now there's only 19 cars, so I believe either somebody couldn't make it or somebody's serving a race ban.
Can't remember, to be honest.
So it looks like...
Was Maverick not meant to... Well, Maverick here, actually, 8th and 5th.
Maverick's in the Alpha.
Mike, if you are listening, though,
Ollie
can you actually find out if we have someone missing for us? That would be fantastic. We've got Gareth going on a hot lap as well. I'm going to jump on board with Gareth. Be 129. Oh, what are we going to go? 129.651. So that's 10th for Gareth. We'll be pleased with that so far.
Yeah. So because we've got 19 cars here instead of 20, we'll be losing the slowest 4 cars at the moment.
So bottom, so 16, 17, 18, 19, yeah?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Cool.
I went through the Drivers' Championship a few minutes ago, where we're going to go through the Constructors' Championship now. Alfa Romeo, almost maximum points, just missing out on the fastest lap in Australia, 43 out of a possible 44 points. Toro Rosso in second, then Renault third, and Racing Point in fourth. 4 points separating second down to fourth. And then you've got Mercedes on 8, Ferrari on 6, McLaren on 2, and Red Bull, Haas, and Williams yet to score.
This Mercedes of, sorry to interrupt, how could you, Mastock in 16th at the moment, is really struggling on that long swooping right-hander. That's, I think, 3 times I've caught him going a bit sideways through that turn.
That'll be the right-hander through the S's down the back straight.
He is boxing, so he's in 16th. We've still got people not setting a lap time, so...
And his teammates in the process of getting put into his pit garage at the moment, so that's going to delay.
Oof, Mr. Sweet.
Slightly. Yeah, that's Johnny Davis in the Red Bull.
Just managed to creep himself out of the danger zone, as I call it. Neil, though, I've just noticed, has left it right to the very last minute to set a lap time. So he's feeling confident.
Yeah, well, he was definitely
better
showing
be.
he was definitely showing a lot of pace in the X1.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Qualifying earlier this evening.
Yeah, let's not talk about the X1 race.
But yeah, it was just a mad climax to the race.
At one point, I was having a race and I was battling with someone, and then I spun it and I just pulled my headset off, and all I could hear was you screaming out of my phone like, "Oh my god, he's lost it!" I was like, "Oh great, he's even caught it on the stream." Completely and utterly, absolutely. My own fault. I knew what the mistake was. I do it all the time. I'm too heavy on the throttle on that exit curb, and the car doesn't. It's not like a tank slapper slide, but it's just so uncontrollable, and it just skids across that dirt and dust. And
that curb has been notorious throughout this weekend for catching people out.
I did it 3 times.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, onwards and upwards, as they say.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm not gonna cry about it. You know, I still had a good race with the battles that I had. China is next, and I like China. Oh, Neil setting purple sector 1 at the moment. didn't quite catch what the time was, so he's definitely in this one last run to perfection at the moment.
Yeah, definitely going to be making it count. But something else I was also saying to the viewers, sporting action doesn't end after the X2 race tonight because we've got the Super Bowl.
Oh yes, yeah. This is going to be my first one.
So who's your money on, the Chiefs or the 49ers?
Do you know what? I couldn't tell you. I haven't got a clue about any of the sport or anything. So, you know, I found out that it's being played in 4K on the BBC iPlayer. So I thought, do you know what? I'm normally up at that time in the morning, so something new and interesting to watch that could be quite good. So, I don't know, mate. Like, what would you say is the best team? Is Neil going to do it? Or Neil third? He lost a lot of time in sector 3.
Well, he wasn't far off getting fastest, but
no.
I mean, on paper, based on the win-loss record, just check. But, yeah, based on the win-loss record this season, it's the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the better win-loss record, 15-3, while the Chiefs have 14-4. So based on the win-loss record, I would say the 49ers. But I've often said it about the world of sport, it is a very unpredictable place.
Yeah.
And
I always
and
like
the
to follow
performance,
one underdog.
yeah, the performance they've got this weekend. You guys can let us know in the stream chat as well who your pick is for the Super Bowl, the Chiefs or the 49ers. The performance they've got for this year, they've got Demi Lovato making one of her first public performances since a near fatal overdose a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
She's doing the national anthem, and for the halftime shows, they've got 2 artists doing the halftime show this year, which normally they have just one artist doing the halftime show, but they've got Jennifer Lopez and Shakira for the halftime show this year.
Oh mate, I'm so glad I'm going to be watching that then, because I've heard everything about these halftime shows are meant to be like actually probably better than what the actual main event itself is. So now that you've said that, mate, I'm definitely watching it.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
And the cost this year for a 30-second commercial, this is over in the States, by the way, folks. The cost for a 30-second commercial this year, $5.6 million, just for 30 seconds airtime.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And I can guarantee that some of those TV spots are going to be reserved for things like the live-action remake of Mulan coming out in March, and then a couple of months later we've got Black Widow towards the beginning of May.
Not sure what that is.
Yeah. And that's
he didn't do it. He did it. Did he do it? Or he and the Mercedes?
He lost the front wing. He lost part of his front wing.
It looks like he is
qualifying over for him.
Yep.
Johnny Davis, that's qualifying over for him. As with Evoxy, that's them both out. Tom Edwards is out. And
Kenzie,
Jack
by the way,
Smith as well.
you need to include your audio because I've got my viewers going, I can only hear you, I can't hear the other guy.
Thanks for the heads up on that.
That's all right, mate. There you go, Dan. Is that better? Is it Dan? Is it Dan?
Does it well?
Yeah, it was Dan.
Well, my stream will have that anyway.
Yeah, I included mine as soon as I joined. So we've only got Mr. Smee and Retrocity. I can't remember his actual name. Did quite well actually to dig himself out of the danger zone. So we've got JP, Mr. Smee, and unfortunately Mastock out. need to really learn some of their names properly. But the only thing is I find
Yeah.
is if you get, say, new people that join the stream and we're calling on by their new
Yeah.
names, and this is an issue I had personally. I was like, well, who is that person? Because you look at the board and you obviously you call them by their real names and you're like, well, I don't know who that is. So I sort of mix it up. I try and mix it up, like between the driver's real name and their gamer tag, just in case there is new
Yeah.
viewers,
Okay,
sort of thing.
So well, Evoxy informed us that he forgot to load his setup. So
He did a mic.
That could be a potential issue heading into.
Yeah,
heading into the
it's
race.
definitely in the race. Maybe might not have affected him as much in qualifying as you would think, but definitely going to affect him in the race, definitely. Right, I am going to go make a quick drink quickly, so I shall be back and leave you to do your little bit for Q2.
As I often say at this point, this is where strategy is going to come into play. Who's going to start on what tyre? We'll be losing the slowest 5 cars, and those that make it into the top 10, the tyres they set their fastest lap on will be the tyres they start the race on. Got all the alphas coming out. Got Chris Allen, Derek, Jamie, Pete, Brendan, they're all out on track at the moment, but Derek and Brendan, interestingly, on the hard tyres. That'll be interesting to see how that pans out. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Oh, and the Renault and the Mercedes almost coming together. We've got Matt Anderson coming out as well, Joe as well. No, that's Malbert Rogers. My mistake. Double flight in sector 3. About 12 minutes to go. So here we go. 12 minutes to go. Who is gonna make it into the top 10 shootout? Slight lock up there from Chris. Here's Pellini. And around the final corner now. And oh, sorry, my mistake. That wasn't the final corner. That's the final corner there. My mistake. Because they bear with me. I'm still trying to recover from the in one race. 28.9. That's a good time on the soft tyres. Jamie with a medium tyre, sorry. 28.5 for Jamie. 29.9 on the hards. This is 28.8. And there you go. You can actually see if the track. You can actually see on the map there if the track turns red. That means they've invalidated the lap. For Malbert. Anderson, he had invalidated the lap. So he's going to have another crack at it. And oh, yellow flags in sector 2. Looks like one of it looks like the Ferrari of Jamie Keats. Luckily, no damage. Looks like they're getting 63. That's for, I think it was the Renault of Chris Allen, but he's going into the pits now. Sector 3 again. Across the line, Matt Anderson, 29.7, he goes 5th. Here comes John Singh, 31.2. Here's our championship leader, Maxim Pato. Now for Romeo 1-2, last time out. Jamie goes faster at 28.3, sorry. Yellow flag in sector 1, that was for Toro Rosso of Derek. Down. Straight now. Line 28.5 puts him second. John Singh does improve a 30.4. Yellow flags. That'll be for John. That's 6 minutes to go. Ollie. Bryce. Neil. Ricard. John, Ollie, Bryce, Neil and Ricard all in danger of being eliminated. Ollie still to set a lap time. Yellow flags in sector 2. I think that's for John. Indeed it is. And he's out of fuel. So it looks like qualifying is over for him. No, when something's happened to one of the Renaults, it's Ollie. Oh, he's put it into the wall. But he's 6th for now. I can imagine he'll be very happy with that. And oh, and that's Bryce! Bryce has put it into the wall! That is a lot of front wing damage. A lot of work that needs done. Purple first sector for Neil. Ricard, 28.6, goes 3rd. Neil, 28.7. Gareth is retired from the session. Who else are we going to lose in this part of qualifying? Bryce starting his one and only flying lap of this part of qualifying. That's qualifying over, and Bryce is on an out lap. Oh, he's not. Oh, he's left it too late. Bryce left it too late. He's not gonna. He's not gonna make it. He didn't even get a lap in. Oh, as I said, he did. He just made it through. For now, he just made it through for now. Second sector time is like. He's up by quite some margin. I'm gonna be, he improves, but he doesn't make it. He didn't make it out. Well, what were the odds on that? It's Jamie, Maxim, Ricard, Neil, Brendan, Chris, Matt, Pete, Ollie and Bryce that make it into the top 10. Then leaves Malbert, Derek, Remixo, Gareth and John to not take any further part in qualifying. Now it's shootout time. We have 2 Ferraris, 2 Renaults, 2 Alphas, 2 McLarens, Mercedes and a racer. Engines revving up. One of the McLarens and Chris. Burst out onto the track. Then it's the 2 Ferraris, Chris and Ricard. But everyone apart from Neil and Brendan are out on track. As I say that, Brendan comes out onto the track and Neil follows suit. Who's going to take full position? This way. Going around the final corner now is Ricard to set the first lap of the day in this top 10 shootout. 27.9. Chris 28.3. Jamie 27.924. Matt Anderson 28.5. Max in 27.943. Yellow flags, that'll be for one of the Ferraris. Pete Polini 28.1. Ollie 28.9. Leaves Neil and Brendan. Brendan's a little further ahead on the track. Brendan with a 28.4. .5 for Neil. Jamie in provisional pole. Max in second. Ricard third. Pete fourth. Chris fifth. Brendan sixth. Neil seventh. Matt eighth. Neil seventh. Matt eighth. Ollie ninth. Bryce rounding up the top 10. Ricard on an outlap. Maxim coming out for an outlap. Last chance to go for pole. Ricard 27.90 puts him on provisional pole. Maxim 4 thousandths up. And he's up by over a tenth. He'll take provisional pole at this point. .127.6, he goes fastest. Jamie's almost a quarter of a second up, meanwhile he is going faster. Across the line, 28.1. Not going to have enough time to go for another lap. Pipolini, meanwhile, he's a quarter of a second up. 28.6. Pipolini. Now for Romeo 1-2. Can anyone match them? Neil's on a fast lap at the moment. Brendan comes in. Oh, Neil 27.7 puts him second. Brendan retiring from the session, as does Ollie. Bryce run out of fuel, so that's it. Let's recap the top 10. Maxim, Neil on the front row, Pete Lee in third, Chris Allen in fourth, Jamie, Rickard, Matt Anderson, Brendan, Ollie and Bryce rounding up the top 10. So here we are for the last time this weekend in the deserts of Bahrain. It's round 2 of the Extreme 2 Racing League. So here we go. On to here we go. The name Bahrain comes from the Arabic meaning Al Bahrain, meaning the two seas. Bahrain is also the first post-oil economy in the Persian Gulf, and our next race in Shanghai. Bahrain would fit into the area occupied by Shanghai nearly 8 times over, and it's a great circuit here. 3.36 miles, 3 DRS zones, 1 down the main straight, 1 down turn 3 and 1 past turn 10. 15 corners, 6 to the left and 9 to the right. And action zones to look out for the run down to turn 1, one of the longest on the calendar. Hamilton with his triple overtake in 2018, that was definitely something to behold. And turn 4 in Talk the Devil Season 2, controversial moment where Gary had his win taken away from him after a spin with Stephen Harrison. And of course the race starts back in 2016 on the run down to turn 10. It's a very easy place to run wide and miss the apex, but here we go. We have got 3 tyre compounds with us. It's the hardest of the Pirelli range, the C3 for the soft, the C2 for the medium, the C3 for the soft, C2 for the medium, and C1 for the hard. You're looking at pit stop times roughly 24 to 25 seconds. So here's the starting grid for the last time this weekend. It is Maxim on pole position. Great performance from him. And he's got Neil alongside him on the front row. Pete Polini is third with Chris Allen alongside him on the second row. Jamie Keats, great qualifying performance for him. And Rickard alongside him in sixth. Matt Anderson and Brendan are on row 4. And then you've got Ollie and Bryce rounding up the top 10. The top 8 starting on mediums. And then everyone else in the top 10 starting on softs, as is Malbert Rogers and his teammate alongside him, Derek Egmanis, will be starting on the mediums. Remik So starting on the mediums as well, and Gareth Lambourne in 14th. John Singh on mediums. And then you've got Jack Smith alongside him on row 8. Tom Edwards and Johnny Davis both starting on mediums, and Evoxy in the Mercedes rounding up the grid, starting on the softs. We're just waiting for the drivers to ready up for one last time this weekend. And we want to, for those that have managed to watch all 3 races back to back, we admire your dedication and thank you for your continued support. Here we go, the drivers readying up for the last time this weekend. After this, we'll be getting ready for another week of action. Next week, we'll be heading to the Shanghai International Circuit. And here come the lights, and for the last time this weekend, it is race time! And Gareth Lambourne already with a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Oh my word, that's the sort of thing you really could have done without. But Neil and Maxim almost coming to blows at turn 1. Relatively cleanly. But it's an all manner of drama happening. Rickard's had an awful start. So has the Toro Rosso of Derek. It's John Singh, look at that, he's managed to make up 6 places off the start. Ricard on the... 40 recovery drive. And still... Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 cars involved for the battle for the lead, and that's Jack Smith. He's the curb of doom has struck. The curb of doom has struck. And the safety car is out. Well, that's going to bunch everybody back up. Down Clamborn and already gets a 5-second penalty. Right, penalty for him. And oh no, that's a pit stop. Oh, that's an actual pit stop. He's going to do a drive-through penalty as well. Ricard with a 5-second penalty for colliding with Tom Edwards. The running order as it stands, it's Neil in the lead, Maxim second, Pete third, Chris fourth, Jamie fifth, Matt sixth, Ollie seventh, Malbert in eighth, Bryce ninth, Brendan rounding up the top 10. Is that Neil going into the pits? No, it's not. Oh, but for Bryce's, that's a sort of not what he wanted. He'll be right at the back of the field. He's going to be right at the back of the field. So we're on to lap 3. We're under safety car conditions now. Tom Edwards managed to gain the most from the start. Bryce following that pit stop, and oh, you can't overtake your teammates. Can't overtake under safety car conditions. Safety car comes in. Safety car coming in. Allow the field to get ready for racing. Tom Edwards closing with Brendan. Now is Neil, who is the pace car. Oh, he's bunched them up. Bunched them up. Oh, he's left it too late. He's left it too late. He's left himself very vulnerable at the start. It's race time once again. Chris Allen's taking full advantage of this. Is Maxim going to take advantage? Not quite. Jack Smith getting past Derek. DRS is enabled once again. Well, this is actually the first time DRS is enabled today. John Singh in the pits. Probably for a front wing change. And Jamie Keats, what on earth has happened to him? What on earth has happened to Jamie? All fell apart for him by the looks of it. here for the lead. Maxim, Chris and Pete all battling for the lead. Tom Edwards managing to get past Jack Smith meanwhile. Everyone's now on mediums or hards. Yellow flag to sector 3. Oh, and it's that's Chris. Into the pits he comes. Albert's Brendan with a time penalty. And oh, and something's happened to Tom Edwards. Had another incident. Right on the back of Tom Edwards, tries the outside. Oh, he makes the move stick. That was a brave move. And Neil, meanwhile, he has been leading from the start. Jamie and Tom Edwards in the pits now. This is something they'd rather forget. And Pete Polini tries to have a look at Neil for the lead. Neil manages to shut the door on him. That's very early. I'm looking to take that. Going on to the softs. 18 laps on the softs. That's asking a lot. We surely need to stop again. Maxim and Matt into the pits now. Neil trying to keep Pete behind him, and as I say that, Pete gets a time penalty. Rickard in the pits as well. Yellow flags in sector 3 for one of the Williams. Oh, it's for John Singh. He is having a race to forget at this juncture. Started at Williams in season 1. Like he's going to be staying there for the foreseeable future unless he ends up being booted down to X3. Into the pits he comes, serving a time penalty now, and he's retired from this. He's retired from the race. We've got Neil, Pete, and Brendan all in the pits. Yellow flags in sector 3. Jamie, fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap. Looks as if those that started on the hard tyres might be trying to go onto the softs, as they're very good with their time management. And Neil's had a collision now. I think he has. He's now up into 4th, Remick, so like he's coming into the pits. Oh, and Jamie keeps 5 seconds left. He's out of the race. A race to forget for him. He had such a great qualifying position as well. He was in the top 4. He started 5th. There's been a race for him to race to forget for him. Another time penalty. Got Derek and Malbert battling for the lead. Neil holding 3rd, but he looks like he's closing in. Getting past without much difficulty. Yellow flags in sector 3. Getting past Pete into 3rd. Fighting sector 2, that's one of the Williams, it's Jack Smith. Just got lapped. gearbox ain't going to sound too healthy by the end of the race. Ollie into the pits. On to lap 18. Go after this. Toro Rosso 1 and 2. Toro Rosso's coming into the pits. Oh no, they're stacking. That's the sort of thing you can't afford to do. Stacking your two cars, that's the sort of thing you really can't afford to do. Time penalty, 10 laps to go. It's starting to quiet down. Matt Anderson in the lead. Got the two alphas of Polini and Petto behind. It has to go yellow flags in sector 1. Brendan getting past Bryce for 7th. Enrico getting a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And he's retired from the race. Yellow flags in sector 1 there. Gareth Lambourne in the pits, going for a set of softs. Bryce into the pits, 20 laps on those hards. There'll be a set of softs he'll be going for. He might go for the fastest lap outside the top 10. Tom Edwards into the pits. Fastest lap outside the top 10 at the moment is Ollie with 132.3. Ones that are on soft tyres outside the top 10. They're thinking, might as well go for it. Don't forget, folks, after this race we've got the Super Bowl. No flags in sector 3, that'll be for Jack Smith. And when Brendan goes wide. avoiding action. Jack Smith back into the pits. He'll be going for the fastest lap outside the top 10. Five laps to go. Matt Anderson still in the lead. Very comfortable in that position since he took the lead. For that, I would definitely have to give him driver of the day. More to go after this. Laps to go. Anderson with an 8-second lead. Neil manages to get past Maxim for that last podium position. Oh, and he almost touched. And big bolt spin. Big bolt spun. Kangaroos take action. Oh my word! Can't join back on the track like that. That was just plain stupidity. You cannot join back. You cannot come back onto the circuit like that. That just ruined any chance they had getting a podium. Neil right down in 9th now. Trying to get past Brendan for 4th. How far behind? 4.8 seconds. Pending any penalties. Pending any penalties, we will see. We'll see the end. Pending any penalties, we will see this race come to a close. In the penultimate lap, Brendan still with Chris, trying to take fourth place away from him. Final lap now. Oh, and Brendan almost losing the back end there. Malbrook's getting past Max in for sixth place. Yellow flags in sector 2. It's one of the Haas drivers. And Brendan's in the wall! Neil with a 5 second. Oh my word! That's both McLarens out of the race. Neil retired in the pits. But Rickard having a massive collision there. What on earth happened? I don't know. But that's both McLarens out of the race. But Matt Anderson comes on the final corner. Take his first win of the season. He wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Pete Polini comes across the line, takes second place. What a recovery drive from this man, Derek Ekmanis. Third place. Chris stays fourth. Second and fifth for Alfa Romeo. Toro Rosso third and sixth. Brendan coming across the line now. Seventh. Here comes Bryce. And he leapfrogs Brendan on penalty countback. Jack Smith did finish. He's got the fastest lap. There it is. That is it. Matt Anderson will be very happy with that. The win. So here are the final results. We've got Matt Anderson, Pete Pellini, and Derek Ekmanis rounding. And that is your podium. Chris Allen, Maxim, our championship leader. Then you've got Malbert. Then Bryce, Brendan, Ollie, Johnny. That's your top 10. Gareth. And then you had Rickard and Neil not finishing. Jack Smith, Tom Edwards, Remixo, Jamie, and John. That is it for this weekend. So there we go, folks. Not much else for me to do now, but apart from get ready for the Super Bowl, which gets underway in about an hour's time. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching this evening, folks. If you managed to watch all 3 races, massive thumbs up to you. And we will see you guys next week as we head to the east and into China. But until then, good night from me. Thanks for watching.